Welcome back to Under Oath. Welcome back to Under Oath.
Hello.
I'm your host, Jeff Kaufman. James John. We are together with our 4,000th podcast, 4,000 TikTok.
Yes.
And we are uncancelable.
We can't be canceled.
I dare you.
No.
I dare you.
Dare you to try.
I dare you.
You can't cancel me.
You know, who's coming after us? We got it covered.
We do.
We got it
How
covered.
do we have it covered, by the way?
Oh, because Jews and blacks.
Okay, that's true. Yeah, you can't cancel us.
Yeah.
It's a hate crime.
There's some Indian going, but. Nope. Nope. No. Nobody's keeping you out of Harvard.
No, nobody's
Okay.
keeping. I was never going to get into Harvard, but thanks. Yeah.
I remember there was a guy in my first row at a comedy show, and he had a big Jewish star on.
Yeah.
Big black dude with a big Jewish star on.
Did you tell me you asked him?
Oh, I called him out.
Okay, there you go.
I looked over, I said, dude, is there any college you can't get into? And he goes,
Yeah. Did he get the correlation?
I think he was looking.
Uh-huh.
Now here's the thing, people. It's like you guys who put Chinese slogans on themselves.
Yes.
You know, where you write Toyota on your chest. Why?
Why? Here's what I've learned. People love to have some kind of mystery upon them, whether it be a word in a different language, whether it be crystals.
Edgy?
Not edgy. They want mystery. They want some kind of, look how unique I can be, while doing something that everyone else has done many times before. So you don't have a tattoo with
I have nothing.
foreign language on you?
I have nothing.
Gotcha.
Well, Jews, last time we were tattooed, it was a bad thing.
Oh, but I regret asking. I regret asking. That's going to be a clip. Okay. Well,
Wow. I always love the Jewish guy with the tattoo. I'm going,
really?
do you have parents? My mother was very clear to me.
Was she really? Was that a conversation in your house?
My mom
You will not get a
knew.
Really?
When I went to the Army, my mother says, I'm going to sign these documents
Okay.
because I got it when I was 17. Your parent has to sign for you. My mom goes, I will sign these documents, but you are not getting a tattoo.
And you kept that promise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My mom. Come on. It's your mother.
Yeah, it's true.
I
That's
say a
true.
lot of screwed up things, but I don't say it to my mother.
No, you don't.
But my mother now is older.
She is.
So she forgets all the crap she did to me.
Don't you love that?
Yeah.
When you remind them, hey, Mom, you remember when you did that?
Shut up.
I would
Stop
never
it.
do that to
Stop.
you.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
No.
Why do you got to go there?
Yes.
And I'm going, because I still can't wear certain belt brands because I'm afraid that they'll go from my waist down to my ass.
You've never been spanked until you've been spanked with a police belt. My mom spanked me with her police belt.
My mom was like Bruce Lee with the nunchucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. With a police belt.
Yeah.
I think the gun was still in it.
Yeah.
So that counts as me being pistol whipped. By
So
the way.
I got spanked and shot at the same time.
And earned it. I earned every butt whooping I got.
Okay. We were talking about ass whoopings.
Yes, we were.
And that we used to get them.
Yes, we did.
And I never was an innocent bystander in an ass whooping.
Nah.
I never go, you know, Mom, it was really Brian who did it.
Nah.
It was my brother Jerry.
No.
I never got,
Nah.
it wasn't like a drive-by where they hit
No.
me by accident.
We got it.
I did it.
We did it.
Okay, but I
Yes.
do have a complaint.
What's the complaint?
And now that I'm an attorney, I want to put this in legal terms.
Here we go.
There should be a statute of limitations on that ass whooping.
There ain't.
There has to be.
There ain't.
You can't wait 7 hours.
Yes, you can.
You can't. I've already gone to church. I've already prayed over this.
You really. God forgave me.
God forgave me.
That's funny.
You can't. It was always the end of night too, because I think the reason we didn't get whooped there is because there were places that a parent couldn't whoop your ass because it was either embarrassing or it was unacceptable.
Okay,
You're out.
I come from a different time.
Sometimes being out.
No. You kids are lucky at home because you don't get spanked in public. Back in the day, parents would spank you in public and it would be okay.
It depends on the restaurant. You could be spanked in a Denny's.
That's correct.
You had a nice restaurant.
Yeah, you can't go to you can't go to a Morrison's cafeteria.
No, your
and
mom
get a
brought the nice
spanking.
purse. You got to
True.
wait. But kids get the benefit now
What do you mean?
because you can't beat them.
No, you can't. You can't touch a kid nowadays.
All right, I'm going to tell you what you can do. You
Yeah.
can trip them though.
Wow.
Let them walk in front of you and just kick out one leg and
it's
pretend you
accident,
didn't do it.
And pick them up. Oh, God, look at that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
This is
wow.
horrible. Are you okay?
Wow.
The minute they stand up, kick them again. No. Okay. All right. Here's the thing, people.
Okay. No children were actually harmed in the making of this podcast.
All right. I'm a
Yeah.
big Disney person.
You are. You love Disney.
I am the biggest Disney person you'll know because I have an interesting connection. And everyone knows that connection, so I'm not
Yes.
going to bring that up.
Yes.
But I used to have friends in the park.
Correct.
That's what we call it. When you worked in the park and characters, we have friends.
You have friends.
And after getting your ass beat by like the Brazilian tourists,
Who don't know that.
they know. They let their kids, they're with the flags, 50 of them dogpile you.
Yeah.
And they're beating on you. And you're like, could somebody get this kid off me?
Nope.
Nope. And they're laughing, ha, 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 as they're punching you in the face.
It's great.
Why is this? Who teaches this?
It's learned.
Okay. Now, there are tricks you learn. After a while, if the kid pulls on your arm too much, what do? And this is what we used to do. Okay. And if you're in the park now, little hint. Okay. When a kid goes to pull on you, he bends.
Yes.
And the minute he comes up a little bit, that you got leverage. You can yank real hard, and the kid winds up going about 3-4 feet in the air.
What? Are you launching kids?
You can launch a kid. And the good part about it is the parent thinks he's screwing around.
Oh, he thinks it's funny.
So then the parent gets mad and grabs the kid. Can't you act normal? Goofy, Tigger. I'm like, it's
and you're
funny
waving.
now. And you know you're not allowed to speak.
No, you can't.
You're not allowed to
Can't
speak.
say a word.
But I had a friend of mine. I never did it, but he did it on set one time. I was working in Toontown, which existed at the time, and I had a friend of mine, Tigger, because I was 5'10" to 6 foot.
Okay.
And I was 6 foot to 6'3". So if you're 6 foot, you can play 2 different areas of friends.
Yes.
And the guy comes in and he's smoking. He goes, I got that little bastard. I was like, what are you talking to me? He goes, this kid kept trying to hit me in my privates. I go, what'd you do? And he goes, well, he was like 8 and he thought it was really funny. And I have a pad, so it's not bothering me. But one time he caught me good and he punched me like 8 times and the parent doesn't do anything. So I leaned over like I was pretending to kiss him where his head is right in the mouthpiece. And I leaned over and go, I'm the devil.
Wait, no.
Mommy! Goofy's the devil.
That little kid peed himself.
Yeah.
That little kid is
He ain't
not
never
okay.
going back to the
No,
magic.
he's not.
That magic was spoiled forever.
Yeah, zippity.
But he earned it.
Yeah.
He earned it.
He earned that.
He earned it.
He earned it.
And he was laughing about it later.
Oh,
And I'm not going to
was.
out him because he probably still works
He
there.
probably still, hey,
But
salute.
But yeah, come on, it's unfair. These guys go through so much,
They go through hell.
and they don't realize how hot it is.
It's hot.
So yeah, all right. Since we talked about this, we'll do a Halloween question.
Yes.
I'm told you have a bunch.
I do.
And for the record, I have not heard them.
No, you have not.
So go. No research, just right off the cuff.
Raw. That's right. Raw dogging it.
Ooh, don't
there
do
you
that.
go.
No.
Legally screwed. Now, can your boss force you into a Halloween costume? Here we go. A Kentucky restaurant is requiring its employees.
You said Kentucky. I'm not licensed in Kentucky. So okay, but okay.
But they're requiring their employees to buy Halloween costumes for
Buy
their
them.
shift or get sent home. Are employers legally allowed to make employees pay for required work attire, and what happens if they refuse?
You can be fired for not doing something.
Okay.
But they should pay you and they owe you.
Okay.
Now, here's a secondary thing.
Okay.
Let's take you know what would be funny if we all dressed as members of the Ku Klux Klan?
Ooh, wow.
Nope.
Wow.
Can't force you
How
to
did
do
you know that was on my bucket list?
All right. Here's the deal. They can force you to wear costumes.
Even if I have to go buy it myself.
They can't force you to pay for it
Okay, there you go.
because then they owe you that money.
Got it.
So when it comes down, you can't get away with that. They can tell you to dress up.
Mhm.
If the costume affects race, religion, or a protected class,
You can refuse
they
that.
can't do it. Like if they
Okay.
go, hey, we want you to do blackface, you're out of your mind.
No, I'm not doing that.
No. Well,
Yeah.
see, got to tell you, it's overkill. Jeff, we want you to dress like a Jew.
First off, I refuse, and second off, damn you.
Second, I think I already do.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I don't. It's always weird when they try to do something. In Halloween, yeah, they dress up as Halloween. But if they're telling you to do something that costs you money,
They got to pay for it.
they probably have to pay for it.
Okay, makes sense to me.
Now, here's something cute.
Okay.
I don't like it, and I'm going to screw it up for so many different restaurants.
Oh, here we go.
Restaurants require you to wear a certain type of pants or a
They
certain
do.
type of shirt.
They do.
And for example, I worked at Olive Garden
Mm-hmm.
when I was going through law school. And they go, you have to have black pants and a white collared shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And they made me buy that. I'm willing to bet that might be something you could sue over. It might be a class action.
You have to, if you want me to wear a certain uniform, you got
You're not going to supply it. You're going to
gotta-
make me buy it.
You got to, yeah.
But then again, they're going to go, well, what if it was jeans?
Mm.
What if we told you to wear shoes?
Mm.
I think if something is so specific that most likely I don't have it in my wardrobe.
Like safety shoes.
Yeah.
That you have to wear in the kitchen. You have to get certain shoes that are slip resistant. So,
I think when that comes, that these stores, if they screw around too much, they may become responsible. Now, Disney used to have, they would supply you the underclothes for like certain things, like black shorts, black things. And I think they also had sweatpants and stuff like that. And they even had shoes for the costume. Some of the costumes had shoes, but you had to have your own shoes.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think if it's very particular and it's expensive, I think somebody might be responsible. But telling you to wear a costume and they go, okay, what do you, I'll wear a big jacket and pretend I'm my dad. I mean, we remember those broke-ass Halloween costumes when you were a kid?
I had every single one of them, sir.
I remember not knowing what I was wearing for Halloween.
That's right.
Do you know kids now? It's like 3 months in advance.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
They'll talk about that costume for 3 months.
Yes, they will.
I remember when I talked about it 2 minutes before I was supposed to go out.
Correct. All I know is that I had a pillowcase for a bag, and I was going to fill that thing up by the end of the night.
Here's a briefcase.
Correct.
You're a businessman.
I'm business.
You're a ghost. Here's a sheet.
Yeah.
I'm not saying my mom didn't wash the sheets, but I think at the last minute, just pull that off your bed. No, that's gross. I'd be walking around with
Just had a ghost sheet with a yellow stick.
Yeah. My sister pooed in this bed. And when you're really cheap, we didn't have any white sheets. Well, you're a Scooby-Doo ghost. These came off my bed like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Jokes. I get in trouble for them because they go, well, you're a lawyer. You can't tell jokes.
Well, you can.
You can. People may not hire you later.
They may not hire you because of your jokes.
I can tell you right now, the greatest thing about having an attorney who has a sense of humor is when you bring him the crazy crap, he can go, I can see that.
He believes you because he's heard everything.
And then we look for options.
Correct.
Like somebody came to me the other day, I can't discuss it, was an area that I don't do anything with.
Yeah.
And I go, well, that's some crazy crap. But
here's
you already look for options.
Yeah. Way out of this.
Like give me a weird crime.
Something with a dog.
Okay. All right. First off, dogs are property.
They are.
Even though the statute says that it could be considered harmful for dogs, I have to show that I did damage to the dog and everything else. And for example, people who decide they're going to take their dog to the groomer and take it from like a poodle and dye it and make it look like Tigger.
Yes, I've seen that.
Okay. Now, technically, is that abuse? It could be.
It could be.
How long was he sitting there? How long did the dye burn?
Hours,
did
yes.
they, anybody who's ever gotten their hair done, some of that dye isn't great. And I guarantee that these groomers aren't using high-end dye for it.
No.
So, yeah, I could say, well, this might be abuse or something like that. And then I have to argue, well, can you prove to me the dog was abused? And that's the crazy crap you think. You take your feelings out of it. And that's what the law is a lot of times. You come to me, you want an answer. You don't want a moral answer. You don't want, oh, that's a disgusting answer.
It's legal. Legally.
What's the argument we can make or not make? So that's why I think if your lawyer can write crazy crap, you want to hire that guy because he has options.
Correct.
There's an old line and it works like this. If you don't have the law, you pound the facts. If you don't have the facts, you pound the table. That's what happens in a case. You go, okay, this one, then the sad part about it, if your whole case is pounding the table, it's not great.
No.
And I've been there.
Have you?
Where you're going, what'd you do? And this only happens in the middle of a trial where there's a fact that comes up and you had no idea.
You're like,
your client lied to you and somehow they found out.
Yeah.
And it goes, hey, do me a favor. I know you're suing for this car accident. You said you've never been in an accident before, but weren't you in traction for 8 weeks 5 years ago where you got paid this? And you're going.
And you look at your client and your client's like.
He goes, ooh. I thought that was sealed. That happened to Craig and I.
Really?
And I'm standing out there looking at this person. Why?
Yeah.
If I would have known.
I could have had a recourse.
Now, the worst part about that is that when you realize in the middle of the trial you lost because of something your client lied to you about, he's upset because he's not going to succeed.
Correct.
But because we get paid only if we win.
Correct.
We lost it all because you couldn't tell us the truth. And all the work and effort put in by everybody in the office was for nothing because you held back this fact that you thought wouldn't come out. And it always
That's why you never lied to your lawyer.
Don't lie to your lawyer.
Don't lie to your lawyer. Tell them the truth.
Because we can work around that.
Correct.
But if you don't get there, party's over.
Plug it.
Don't like to be surprised. My partner, Craig Lynn, is looking right at me.
Again.
All right. Workplace nonsense. Wouldn't it be great if all we had to do was to stand in court? I object. Your Honor, you need to see things like this. But that only makes up, what, 1/10 of 1% of our life?
Oh, man. If only that was our job.
That'd be so great. Remember when we worked for the government?
The PD's office. Yeah,
that's all we did.
We
50% of our time sitting in court,
Yep.
duking it out.
Yep.
And now I got to worry
Now we're
about
duking it out with our employees.
Emails. I'm going to teach everybody something. If you do not know, if you have a problem with an email that was sent to everybody in your firm or business, do not reply all.
Oh, go ahead.
With your complaints.
Go ahead. Reply all.
No, it is the most unprofessional thing to do.
Yeah,
and God forbid the person above you is your boss that you reply to like this.
Well, make drama. Make drama. It makes the world go round.
No, you know what it does?
You cannot be expected to just show up at work and do your job. You have to make drama.
Really? We want to go with that?
That's what's happening.
You know why
it's
they
reality.
do it? Do you know why? Because they don't have enough conflict.
That's true.
People who do dumb stuff like that don't have enough conflict in their life or they're angry.
Yeah.
I did this once. You know how I learned? They almost fired me. I worked for a bank. This guy sent me something that was absurd. And I thought, you know what?
I'm going to let everybody know.
I'm going to let everybody know how absurd this is. And I'm telling the truth, so I can't suffer from this.
I suffered. Truth. Yeah, you can definitely suffer from the truth.
I suffered immediately. I was
As
called
a matter
into
of fact,
somebody's
telling
office.
the truth hurts way worse than telling lies.
Yeah. But the whole idea is that when you're in a workplace environment, you can't be a douche. And that happens in law firms too. And somebody said to me the other day, they're going, I only work with lawyers who aren't like a-holes. And I said, well, you just described the majority of our profession. The level of a-hole is what they're talking about.
Yeah, what lawyer isn't? And I mean,
who wants to argue?
Yeah, a bunch of jerks.
When was the last time somebody goes, hey, you should be a lawyer?
That's
a compliment.
Jerks who can't be wrong, ever.
No.
That's all of us.
It's horrible. I don't like it.
I know, me either.
But I'm learning because I read. I read now.
You read now?
I read now. I didn't used to read books. I read what I had to read. Now I read books about...
To improve?
Yeah. Yeah, self-improvement, man. I read...
I'm not there yet. I'm just reading I need to understand this, so I read about the thing I need to understand. I don't read the books that try to teach me to understand myself.
Well, you haven't exited your video game phase.
I don't think I'll ever exit the video game phase. Oh, it's so fun.
You should. You know why?
It's so fun.
You're addicted.
I am addicted.
You're a junkie.
What a great thing to be addicted to, though.
No.
It's not heroin. It's not alcohol.
No, it's expensive.
Oh, it's not really expensive.
Maybe not for you, but if you're listening to me right now and this is what you're going to say to me. Oh, Jeff, I just do it to wind down.
Oh, I do it to wind down.
How many hours of wind down do you need?
Well, what would I be doing if I wasn't doing that?
Maybe talking to your family.
I'd be watching TV.
Maybe talking to your family.
I don't like my family.
Maybe loving your kids.
No, I don't do any video games until my kid's asleep. She's in bed.
And then
so I'm not taking any time from her.
Then you know who gets shafted? Your wife.
My wife?
And not in the way you think.
No, she's fine.
Yeah, of course she's fine. Maybe she's got used to not talking to you.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, well, I
can't talk now. There's an orc on me.
Yeah, I think we did get used to not talk. But it's nice. We gel well. Because
she's like, well, thank God I don't have to talk to him anymore.
Don't you think that that's generally the attitude of most wives?
I think they put up with it.
Do you think most wives want to talk to their husband from the time the kid goes to bed until the time they go to bed? What do you think is going on? I don't think the typical relationship is just husband and wife staring at each other across the couch, talking the whole time. Somebody's watching TV. Somebody's doing something. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm so amazed that somehow you survived on this planet. How do you cross the street? You think when you get home that your wife or your significant other doesn't have stuff they want to talk about? They have things they've been holding out all day. They can't wait to tell you about all the stuff they need to talk to you about, whether it be the problems with their friendship, problems with their job, problems with you.
We do that at dinner.
Oh, you just sit around?
While dinner's getting, yes, actually I do.
So how long does that
I sit around the kitchen. I get yelled at for taking up too much space in the kitchen. Like it.
Could you ever think that I work out so much, I'm too big to be in the kitchen? You're too big for our kitchen?
Yeah, that's what.
We need a bigger house now.
Yes. Yeah.
The kitchen's too small for you, Craig.
The kitchen is too small.
Nobody ever said that to me.
You're probably never in the kitchen.
I've had a king size bed for a long time. I can't understand how people have smaller beds unless they're smaller people.
Yeah, me either. It's
like
crazy.
tiny people can do a full.
Yeah, I can't.
When was the last time you slept in a full?
I think when I was visiting my my family up in South Dakota.
Did you feel like a giant? Were you like, God, this bed?
No, I didn't feel like a giant. I felt like I had an insufficient bed. It wasn't me like, oh, how great am I? It was, wow, how terrible are these accommodations, which I got for free, so I shouldn't really complain. So
now you probably grew up sleeping on a twin or a full, right?
I had a bunk bed. I grew up on
that's a
bunk
twin.
bed. Yeah.
So you used to fit in a twin.
Yeah.
That's half a full.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's half
It's
a queen.
tiny. Like you can't even roll over.
Yeah.
Like you roll over, you're out of the bed.
So we get spoiled.
Yeah.
Like
now
I'm sleeping
spoiled,
on the football field now.
Yeah.
It's great. 100 yards that way, 100 yards this way.
Yeah. It's fun. It's great. Nothing wrong with being spoiled. Nothing wrong with relaxing and enjoying the fruits of your labor.
Being married to a lawyer probably sucks.
Has to.
It has to.
Has to.
I think it's
You can't admit when you're wrong when you're wrong.
No, because you
You
think
even
you're
know
at work.
you're wrong, which you can't. You got. I don't know why, but you can't admit that you're wrong.
I'm at work.
Yeah,
I'm always at work.
Yeah, it's always at work. It's always an argument, and then you get accused of lawyering. So you
Don't
listen,
lawyer me.
Yeah, you listen to them, and then you start using like arguments that work in court. Like, hey, that doesn't. There's no logic to that. And then
You tried logic.
Yeah. Oh
No, logic doesn't work at home.
Not at all.
No. Logic
There
is
will
terrible.
be no logic.
There shall be no logic.
There shall be no logic.
Shall be no logic. You
Don't
try to
use
use
the
logic in a
tactics.
relationship. Ooh. The only thing you have to do is what I call empathetic calmness.
Empathetic calmness.
I'm gonna title this. That's the new book, Empathetic Calmness. It's when you go, I understand, and I will work on that.
I'm approaching that. I think my wife and I actually have a fantastic marriage right now.
Well, you say yes all the time.
It wasn't always like I didn't always think, oh wow, this is great and fantastic. There would be days I'm like, oh man, this is tough.
I wonder, does a woman have the aha moment?
I don't think that anymore, because we've learned to live with each other and to promote one another. It's great. If you can make that work, if you can figure out how to make that work, it is great. I get what all the hype is about. If you're not married and you're not happy that you're married, you're doing it wrong. It's great.
Well,
if you're married to the right one, it's great. I promise you.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Phil. Well, next on Dr. Phil, is it my baby? No, here's the issue. We're just different animals. We are.
You and I are men and women.
Men and women. We're just different. And that's okay. Because women put up with our shenanigans, our craziness. The way babe, could you get a drink? Because I can't get out of the bed for some reason. My lazy ass can't get a drink. And she goes, I'm going to give him the drink. But he better answer my call tomorrow. I can tell you this. A woman has never looked at her phone and goes, oh, crap, it's my husband.
Oh, no.
What does he want?
What does he want?
What does he want? Because they don't expect us to call.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't. We do. We expect to call. Uh-oh, what do we do? That's the first thing I think when I see my significant other on the phone. I'm going, uh-oh. And when you get home and they ask that question, and every question is tough, because when we ask them a question, we really don't want the answer. How was your day? Good. We just want.
You start sweating.
We just want the single syllable. Good.
You start sweating the answer.
Good.
Like,
how was your day? Hold on.
Why is she asking me that?
Hold on.
Does that happen to you?
Yeah, and I have to play back.
A question will get asked. You go, what? How could my answer
did I
possibly
butt
get me in
dial
trouble?
her at a weird moment? You start replaying that whole day going, what could I have done wrong? And you go, no, nothing. All right, I can't say great because I wasn't with her. You can only have a great day when you were with her.
Fun fact for the people in the audience. I was with Jeff one time. We were driving back from a basketball game, and his wife at the time called.
Don't do it.
And he took the call. I'm going to pay for this. Hey, how was the game? She said. I could hear what she was saying. How was the game? And it was a fantastic game. The Magic won right at the buzzer. It was one of the most exciting games we've ever been to. So I'm waiting for Jeff to lay this on his wife. Do you know what he said? He said, "That was okay." And I looked at him. I'm still smiling and giggling from how great the game was. Anyway, the conversation ends. I said, "What do you mean it was okay? What was that?" He goes, "She can't think that I have a good time without her. I can't let her think that, because then it's bad for me."
Yeah.
And I never felt sorry for Jeff before, but I did that night.
Listen, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the way she thought about things. I just some relationships are best when you have your best times with them. That's just the way. And here's the thing: if you're a young lady or an older lady or you've been married a long time, and you go, "What the hell is he talking about?" I'm going to get your husband into trouble. Ask him. You're going, babe, do you ever feel like you can't tell me that you had a good time without me? And he's going, damn it, Jeff Kaufman.
It was great.
Oh my God. It was fantastic. It was best day of my life. Oh.
No, never say that. Yeah.
Ooh. Wait, our wedding. And I want you to know something. No man will honestly tell you that his wedding was the best day of his life. Because it wasn't. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of pressure. Nobody's going to say, you know what, the best day of my life, the day you said I do.
Well, they'll say something like the day I saw you.
The day I met you.
The day I started a relationship with you. That's the kind of thing a guy would say.
Okay,
A guy would not say the wedding. He would say, the thing that led me to marrying you was the best day.
Do you know, here's my problem. I got to work the other day. I was so excited to recap the end of the Jaguar game with you.
Yes, you were.
And no matter what has happened in my life, I have never been like that excited. Oh my God, this was amazing. I didn't say that when my kids were born.
You were pretty animated.
And then I showed you.
You enjoy, and it was incredible.
And then you were simultaneously excited.
Yes,
we were going, oh my God, that's crazy.
That was an exciting 10 seconds of football.
Okay. Now, I want you to replay when your kids were born. Oh, everything go okay? We're good? We're good? Yeah. Not like, this was amazing. I was more excited watching Lawrence go into get a touchdown than when my kids were born. It's because it's a different feeling.
I want to agree with you, but can't. I had actually
he's not allowed to.
I had no. It was actually
watch the
pretty
phone
cool.
Rang.
No, it's not that. I had a pretty special time when
you've had 3 of them.
My daughter was born. My daughter Skylar.
All 3?
Not all 3. Not all 3.
Uh-oh.
I think I was.
See, now you upset the 2 kids.
What do you want? I got to tell the truth, right?
So I was only excited about the 3rd one?
It wasn't excitement. There was no excitement for any of them. It was like dread. Like, oh my God, this is another person I got to take care of.
I hope it doesn't have my head.
You know what I mean? Yeah, shut up. But Skylar, she was crying. She was uncontrollably crying. Yeah. And I went over there and I said, hey, baby girl. And she heard my voice. And she instantly stopped crying. She can't see, but she was looking for me. That just my voice comforted her. And I thought, oh my God, what an amazing thing I have. I can just comfort somebody with my voice just because that's what she was used to hearing. And that got me. That choked me up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was crying I was crying as bad as she was.
Or she was able to see and saw this Herman Munster looking dude coming over with just a shock.
She saw Shrek
shows up and scared her into silence.
Yeah, that could be too. Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, life's good. I got no complaints. I think some of the things that we said you might find insulting, but I want you to do this. Just please do this. Listen to it, take it to a context, and ask yourself, why do we feel that way? Choice, man. Welcome back to Under Oath. Today we have actor Teddy Sears. Teddy, can you hear me?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
I'm good. You know what I love about guys with a huge resume like you do? I can go through and pick and go, oh, I finally got my actor from Flash.
I have been around. I was counting. This is my 25th year. I cannot believe I'm saying that. I hope I got 25 more in me. And I've been around the block. Yeah, I've been around the block.
You know what cuts me up is when I was younger, my mother and I used to watch One Life to Live. And when I saw that in your resume, I'm going, okay, knock that one out too. I felt pretty good about that.
That was my first job. I did almost 2 years on the show. That was 2001, 2002 in New York City. And when I say it was my first job, boy, I would shudder to go back and watch some of the stuff I did because I was just making it up as I went along. I had no training. I had no idea what I was doing. But I did learn some things, and I also learned that I needed to go back to school. If I were going to be serious about acting, I needed some training, and I didn't. I was a business major undergrad. Acting was not on my radar until I was 23. So yeah. That was my first one.
Well, you got a degree in business management. So do you go to New York for the business job, or you go hoping that, hey, maybe?
Yeah, no. In fact, I went. hoping to be like a catalog model. Like I didn't know what I was doing, but I did know that I wanted to do something a little different. I loved business. I was really interested in that field. And listen, as an actor now, like I run my own business. It's me, and so there's income and expenses and all that stuff. So all that training helped. But training, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then, no, I went to New York. I was 23. I lived in Hawaii after graduation. I was working on a snorkeling boat. I was totally kind of directionless, and some good friends. I moved back home to DC, and some good friends said, come up to New York for a weekend. And I went up, and I just fell in love. It was like the pace of the city, as a 23-year-old was exactly what I needed. So I moved there, and a friend had a room to rent in his apartment, and I had met someone who introduced me to his modeling agent, and he said, "Yeah, if you move up here, I'll give you a chance." And this was November of 2000, and in December of 2000, this agent got a phone call from One Life to Live saying, "Hey, we have this, we need like a bartender, like a shirtless bartender for a Valentine's Day episode, couple lines." And I honestly, listen, I had a lot of stage fright. Like back then I did. And I just thought it would be a fun story to tell my grandkids. Like, oh, I went to an audition once when I lived in New York City. Like I was really just like on a lark. I went, I prepared for it, but my expectations were not so high, but I wanted the job, I guess. I don't know, but I got the job. And when I went to work, I absolutely fell in love. I don't know I fell in love during blocking, and blocking is like, the first thing you do when you get there, you sort of stumble through the scene. So, okay, the camera's going to be here and you're going to stay in here. You're going to say your line here. You're just sort of tracing out. It's a blueprint, if you will, for what you're going to shoot. So something happened. I just looked around. The energy was crazy. And I just thought, I got to figure out a way to do this all the time. It was the weird, I could have predicted it, because I didn't do high school plays. I played sports. I liked watching TV, but like, I didn't want to act. But at that moment, I was like, I got to do this. How do I do this? And so, I ended up staying on the show for almost 2 years. One episode turned into, oh, we'll bring you back in a few weeks. And then they liked the story or something. I don't know. But I was back, and I eventually signed a contract on the show. Then they fired me, I think, for being terrible. Honestly, for being terrible.
Happens.
And yeah, well, clearly I had a lot to learn, and I thought, yeah, if I'm serious about this, I need some training. I need some training.
But you did the smart thing and went to school, though. You did get the training you needed to help you move into the other areas. And one thing I love about your acting is you are so fluid. You can go from hero to villain in like a second. And a lot of actors, they're stuck in certain people. But I mean, you are the best actor to do a flip on.
That was what I think you're specifically talking about Flash season 2, which was 10 years ago, 2015. And yeah, the first half of the season, I was playing this, this sort of aw shucks, square jawed, hero who was helping them, battle the bad guy of the week. And then, oops, I'm just kidding. I'm actually the bad guy dressed as the good guy. And now you're all, screwed. I'm going to destroy you. That was a real challenge for me. And I remember being very scared. I remember being very scared of, can I pull this off? And then I just began to try to make sense of who this guy was, and to not have it be such a mustache twirling, two-dimensional, oh, he's a bad guy because he's a bad guy. Well, yeah, but to him, he's not a bad guy. To him, there's a reason he's doing all these things, and justifiably or not, what is the thing that humanizes him and makes him believe that what he's doing is, whatever, right for him. So once I sort of landed on that, then I could try to dig into those kind of darker areas, if you will. And I still haven't been able to bring myself to watch it, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I've never watched the stuff on The Flash. I've seen some clips, but I just, yeah, I'll get to it. Like when my son's old enough, I'm sure we'll watch it together. But
it was solid. Don't, I know actors are very tough on themselves.
I'm like I don't want to watch myself. Like we were in production while we were filming, and I don't think I wanted to get into my head, but also there was an element of, I don't know if I'm pulling this off, and I'm afraid to see myself be bad, if I'm being totally honest with you. It's something I wouldn't worry about now, but as a younger version of myself, I was very aware of how that could trip me up. So I just didn't do it.
Now, if you've done some of the hardest things going from law to medicine, I mean, there's a lot of jargon in there that you're going, okay, how do I nail this? How do I, people don't realize you played a public defender and now you're playing a doctor on Brilliant Minds. I mean, how tough is it when you see some of this stuff? You go, there's no way I'm going to be able to say this.
Well, that thought's never come to my head because there's simply no way around the script, right? Like the words for the words, you got it. This is actor 101 dork nerdiness, but like we're there to serve the text. What does that mean? Well, we have to say the lines. We have to say the lines as if we've said them, especially as a lawyer or a doctor, a million times before. So it has to sound natural and it has to sound believable. And so my job is to pace around my apartment and say the stuff so many times that it sounds like it's just rolling off the tongue, right? But you're right. It's a whole new language for law. It's a whole new language for medicine. I need to know what I'm talking about. So I'm constantly like, okay, like what does it mean when I say a dural arteria venous fistula? That's a line I remember from season 1 because I had to say it 10,000 times. And then like, well, what part of the body am I talking about here? So it's fun too, if I'm, being frank, it's fun because it keeps me on my toes and I get to dig in and do some research and get a little bit smarter. Maybe I don't know, but sound smarter at the very least.
I'm also a trial attorney. I do stand up, and when I watch an actor try to do, these lines in court, and it never happens and everything else like that. Was there anything you did where you go, does this actually happen?
Yeah, I want to say I remember shooting the pilot of a Jim Belushi and Jerry O'Connell series called The Defenders, which was on CBS in 2000. I think it's 2009, and we got to series, and I was playing I was an attorney opposite Jim Belushi, and in the pilot, in like the finale of the pilot, I'm like delivering, the speech, and I like put my hand like on the rail, and I kind of like lean in, and I remember thinking like, would these guys lean on the rail, like lean over and talk to the jury that way? Like, I just remember someone said this to me once, and I don't know if it's true or not, but like all actors want to be lawyers and all lawyers want to be actors. Not that you want to be an actor, but like when you're in court and you're presenting, or like, I don't know, you can speak to this. Is there an element of, performance is the wrong word, but is there an element of
it's a performance. Don't get yourself wrong. It is absolutely It is absolutely a performance because you're trying to convince 6 people. I mean, I just tried a case a couple weeks ago, and I'm in front of 6 people in Tennessee, and I don't have anything in common with them. I'm trying to find a bond with them because if they like you, there's a good chance that they're going to go the way you want to go. So it's an absolute performance. So yeah, there's, how you sell it is how you sell it.
How you sell. And right. So we're up there trying to sell it, even though we're pretending to be in your actual shoes and in your actual field, selling it, trying to be believable, not slick, relatable, and not speak in too complicated verbiage. But ultimately that is not up to me. It's however it's scripted, but to try to sort of elevate, if you will, the words that are on the page and humanize it and like fill it in 3-dimension where like, okay, I'm not just up there, regurgitating the lines I've learned. Like I have to try to embody this in a way that the audience can see that I'm passionate or that believe that what I'm saying is sincere. And so those are the sort of tricks is the wrong word. That's the tricky part about once you put it on its feet. You can rehearse all day long, but then when you get to set, then there's lights, camera, jury, there's blocking. Am I crossing on this word? Am I crossing on this line? And when am I rising? And these are the really fun things to think about and then bring to work. And then, of course, now you're in collaboration mode. And the director might have a different idea, or the other attorney, the actors playing attorneys might have a different idea. And it's the same on Brilliant Minds. It's the same with the medicine we're doing. Like I can come in, like, I think I'm crossing on this line. I think this whole thing is on the move. I think I need to stay seated. Is my lab coat on, my lab coat off? Like what, am I presenting myself to be, sort of, is this a formal presentation to a patient? Is this a loose presentation to a colleague? These are the really fun things that actors get to come up with. It's like come to set with your lines learned and a head full of ideas type of thing. and then let's just see where it nets out when we shoot it.
You had mentioned earlier that, you're training on One Life to Live, where you learn blocking, you learn where cameras are. And that is the hard thing when you're talking about, because you just mentioned about being a doctor on Brilliant Minds. And I was thinking to myself, you're trying to empathize with the patient and showing that empathy, reading the lines, empathy, but you're also aware of where you're standing and where the camera's showing. I mean, there's so many elements in there that you have to pay attention to, but ignore at the same time. And I can't even imagine that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And, another area you find that very commonly is in any kind of intimate scene where not only do you have to, be intimate with your scene partner, kiss or hug or something, you need to be aware of the technicals around that. Well, when I go in for the kiss, am I going to be blocking his or her light? When I hug, are the microphones going to be, because there's a mic on us and there's a boom mic, but like they have a lavalier mic on. Am I going to be squishing the mic? Is this bad for sound? There's all these different things to bear in mind, and also still move through the scene seamlessly in a way where that sort of thing, while it's there, can't appear to be there. So these are the things that I think I've benefited from just the many years of doing it, that some of that stuff can fade into the background faster than others. But I also love to work with the camera department and sound department because, how can I always ask the camera guys, like, how can I make your job easier? Should I, and this happens too. They'll say, okay, well, when you get here and you deliver your line, then lean on your right hip when you say it, because we need you to dip your shoulder, because we got to get the camera over your shoulder because we're shooting the person. So there's technicals on technicals on technicals. But that's weirdly the thing that I really enjoy, because I enjoy that it's a bit of a plate spinning act, if you will. It's a bit of a high wire act, whatever cliche you want to use. Because I don't know, there's a certain sense of accomplishment. Like, man, I don't know how I just pulled that off, but I just pulled that off. And there's a big sense of pride that we all have, I think, by doing all of that and more. And then, God, I shot a scene the other day where, I needed to really be emotional, and I was emotional when the camera was on the other actor, but now it's my close-up and I'm like, oh man, can I do this? Like, now it's like, listen, I'm not the kind of actor who can just, I just can't, I got to get there, man. But it's like, well, this is the moment. It has to be here, because we've done all the other shots. This is the last shot of the scene. Like, there's no, So some of that stuff can be pretty high pressure, just landing and sticking it, like when it counts. It's tricky, man. It's tricky.
I can't even imagine it. My daughter, for example, is in her second year at University of Florida in a theater program there, and she talks to me about having to cry on cue. And she goes, "You could do it," because I can do it. But I said, what's your cheat code?
Yeah. Well, now that I have small children, it's easier because I'm a softer human being, and there's more at play in my inner life. And, I know, like, as a guy, I absorbed at some point early in my life, like, don't cry. You can't cry. Like, you gotta be tough, or whatever it was. And it's, I don't know, for all the various reasons, was like a harder hurdle for me to get over. But I'm almost 50. I have kids. Like, it's easier. It's like someone saying, okay, now you got to do it. It's like, well, hold on. I don't know if I'm, but again, we don't have the choice. Like with the lines, I got to learn the lines. I don't have a choice. It's the same with this scene requires this, so I have to do it. I will say too, that sometimes some of that can be a bit overdone in television. Like, oh, this is the moment when the person cries. So if it's, sometimes I'll just cross it out in the script. It says, oh, it breaks down. Like, well, maybe not. I don't know what's going to happen when I shoot it. I might break down, or it might not call for it when we're there and doing it. It is a good thing to know how to do, but it can't be a parlor trick. That's sort of, I think, what I'm driving at. Like, it's got to be authentic to what's happening in the moment. Otherwise, it might not seem something like, the whole point is we're watching this person go through this anguishing moment. I think they need to actually be experiencing the anguish for the viewer to feel it too, which is kind of the whole point of, like, we're taking the viewer on a ride here. And so as long as it's not like a parlor trick, then I think it's all good. I might have been.
No. I absolutely get it. And these are tough questions, because I think about, in my mind, as a lawyer, it's like a deposition to me when we do these, and I'm asking these questions, and sometimes I go, Can I go too far? Can I not go too far? And I've watched your show, and I guess some of the questions I wonder is, there was a kiss scene in Brilliant Minds. I'm not going to say with who, but when you read that script and you're going, okay, how do I mean, you're an actor, of course it's acting, but when you say in your head, okay, this is somebody else, this isn't me, I'm this character, I'm this feeling. And when you read that, you're going, okay, how do I make that as true as possible? How do I make that as honest as possible?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, no, exactly right. That's exactly right. I've been married for 12 years. It's the same. It's the same all the way around. I need to put myself in the shoes of this character. What is motivating this? Or in the instance of what you're referring to, I believe the first time is I'm receiving it. So what's going through my mind when I do it, and so it's all those things. It's all those things about remembering the moment before, and that was episode 7. So what did the previous 6, episodes sort of build to? And then it really is as technical as it sounds. It's making sure that it's happening on the mark, that the heads are positioned in just a way that the camera can catch, and over the shoulder. If it's a 50-50 is what they call when you see two people standing like this and you're seeing them from the side. So if it's a 50-50, it's different. But even that, it's like, well, whose head's going on what side? So all those things play into it. And then forgetting, any and all personal feelings, because the person that's up there acting that's the person who's being asked to embody the moment. And so, all those things all those things play into it. And sometimes you're doing these scenes you can tell your daughter this, I did this yesterday, because the way the cameras are positioned, I can't actually see the person I'm acting opposite. So I'm acting opposite a green X. Yeah. They put a green X right here, and that's standing in for the person's eye because they're otherwise buried. I can't see them. And it needs to be so tight to the matte box, to the lens, that I'm not looking down the lens, but I'm looking just off to the side, but we can't see the person. So let's put an X there. So the number of times I've had to act to an X is numerous, especially if it's a close-up. So I have to pretend that there's an actual person I'm talking to, and that is the times when it gets a little crazy. And then you're like, so when I watch good performances now, and I see certain angles, I'm like, that person, I can guarantee you, is doing that at 3 a.m. to a pink X on a wall. Like, so it's like, and then I'm like, well, I'm blown away that you were able to bring that to that work. So it makes great acting soar, and it makes, like mediocre acting kind of flop.
Yeah.
But
I've got about a minute left.
I see things.
Yeah, I've got about a minute left, and I want to ask this question. You've taken many roles over the last couple of years. Do you ever discuss them with your wife and go, hey, I want to discuss doing this. What do you think?
She's an actor, so we discuss everything because she geeks out on it the same way I do. But it's never I was about to say a permission thing. It's the roles that I've been able to get. First of all, I feel like I'm lucky to get, because it's kind of hard to get work. The other conversation, of course, is like, well, where is this geographically going to shoot? Does this work for our family? And then, of course, the other is here's the setup and the premise. By and large, it's not something that I'm like, hey, honey, listen, there's a lot of intimate stuff with this other person. How do you feel about it? It's I clue her in on everything, and I would hear her if she were like, yo, I don't know. But she's just as thrilled as I am for all these opportunities that I get. And it, of course, is good for our family. She's just so happy that I'm happy and get to do, what I consider on Brilliant Minds to be my dream job. I should probably think about, well, what else do I want to do? But I don't. I just hope we get to do this for years and years. And I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Well, I can't tell you how great this interview is. And just so you know, you played a solid villain in Flash. Don't worry about it.
Oh, one day I'll bring myself. Okay. Like, my son's like 8 or 9. I'm sure we'll watch it. But thank you very much. This is really fun. It's always fun to talk about career stuff. And I can forget how long I've been at it, because there's been plenty of times I haven't felt all that, substantial. Or not like I'm not worthy, but like, sometimes the phone doesn't ring for a while and you're like, do I stink? But I'm riding high on Brilliant Minds right now. We have such a good show. I'm really excited for folks to see it.
I appreciate talking, Teddy. Look forward to talking again.
Yeah, nice talking to you too. Awesome, man. Okay, thanks for having me.
Bye-bye. Well, that wraps up today's show. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Thanks for joining us. Special thanks to my two co-hosts, my good friend, professional comedian James John, and my law partner, Craig Lind. This show is sponsored by Kaufman Lind. If you or someone you know has been in an accident, contact us at 407-500-JEFF or 407-500-5333 for a free consultation, or visit us at whenyounneedus.com.